Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to the Transformational Soul. My name is Ruth Soltman. I'd like to welcome you if you're here for the first time, and welcome back if you've been here before. We have such an amazing, wonderful family here at Goldylocks Productions, and I know that you will feel welcome and at home. I want to welcome all of you that are watching over on Rumble. We really appreciate our Rumble viewers. So how's everybody doing out there? This energy has been very intense, with the Lionsgate portal energy peaking on the 8th, which was just a couple of days ago. If you want to learn more about that, you can check out Sarah's show, Golden Sunshine Healing Hour, the one she did on Monday, which was the 8th. She explained the Lionsgate portal very well. We are still experiencing this energy, and we will continue to for a while. So make sure you listen to your body, because it will tell you exactly what it needs. You know, especially as this energy is integrating with yours. You may need more water. You may need more sleep. You may need more alone time. Honor that. Honor that, because your body will tell you what it needs. All you have to do is listen. You will intuitively know. Hello, Marcia. So nice to see you. Hi, Sarah. Nice for you to be here tonight. So I want to let you guys know that this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I hope you can join us for the Spiritual Message Circle. For a donation of $20, you will receive a message from each of the show hosts that are on that night. This is a really, really fun show. If you haven't experienced it before, please check it out. If you didn't catch my show last week, check that out as well. Laura Ramiro was here giving beautiful, beautiful messages. And it was quite an experience for me as she was using my I Am cards. Laura was absolutely amazing. And it was really, really fun for me to see her, you know, speaking those words instead of me all the time. So it was really cool for me. Hello there, Kim. Nice to see you here. Now, next week, my Words of Wisdom special guest is Bree Welch, Briwelch. Now, Bree has an amazing story to tell. Her strength and perseverance will inspire us all. You can check out some of her videos on YouTube. That's why I spelled her name for you. To try to find out a little bit more about her before the show next week. I think you will find her very inspiring. So my newest card deck, the Transformation cards, which I have here, and they look like these right here. They are going to be released on September 1st. They are available now for pre-order. Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you. They're going to be released September 1st. I've posted them on Facebook, and they're also available on my website, ruthsoltman.com. That's RUTH, S as in Sam, O, L, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, A, N as in Nancy.com. If you order from the website, there's it tells you right on there to type in the code word cards, CARDS, and you'll get $5 off. This is a limited time offer, and it will expire soon. Hello, Carol Ann. Hi, Heather. Carol Ann says, lovely cards, Ruth. Well, thank you so much. Marcia says, I hope all parents had a great first day back to school. Sarah says she can't wait to order those cards. Well, that's awesome. Hello, Joyce. So nice to see you here. If you guys hear a little rumbling in the background over here, we have a thunderstorm that's just slowly moving in right now. And it'll be the first rain we've had in quite a while. Now, if you guys would like to send a tip or donation, you can do that via my Venmo at Ruth-Saltman, or a super chat or super sticker on YouTube, or a Rumble rant on Rumble. If you would like to sponsor this or any of the Goldylocks shows, you can contact my producer, Tiffany White Sage Woman, to find out how to do that. Marcia says, I want to order some books, just need a minute to do it. Well, that's awesome, Marcia. And if you go on Amazon and you type in my name, my books will come up, and several of them are on sale right now. So I have some exciting news coming up before the end of this year. On November 23rd, Thanksgiving Eve, I will be having a raffle and a giveaway on my show. You do need to be present on the live in order to win. And then on December 14th, my last show before Christmas, my Christmas giveaway show, I will have a raffle and multiple giveaways. I'm really excited about it this year because anything that you win will be shipped on December 15th, so it will arrive in plenty of time for Christmas. So if you do win, you may want to keep it for yourself or gift it to someone else for Christmas. And again, you do have to be present on the live in order to win. I'm doing the raffles in addition to the giveaways to help cover some of my shipping costs. So I have some new ornaments I'm making this year. I posted some of them on Facebook. I'm going to show you a few of them for those of you who aren't on Facebook. But and these are just some of the ones that I have this year. I've got some more new ones coming out. I know it's only August, but let me tell you, the time is going to fly until Christmas. It does every single year. And every year I wait until it's too late. And then I'm running around like a crazy person trying to get everything done. So for the carpenter in your life, we have this ornament. This says sawdust is man glitter. And now all these ornaments that I'm going to show you, they can be personalized with your name, with a name and this year for free. So if you know anyone who absolutely loves the beach, we have my happy place and beach girl. And let's see, I got a couple more here. Kitty cat, which I just decided at the last minute. Made a couple little kitty cat faces. Those are super cute. And the Santa cam, so Santa can watch you. And my favorite, which I've wanted to do for several years and finally decided to do it this year, are the unicorn ornaments. So that's just a few of them, but I know some of you are not on Facebook, so I wanted to make sure you knew about the ornaments as well. Now, this year also, all of them can be personalized with your name and the year for free. I'm doing the personalizations for free. And I do have some more ornaments coming for this year as well. I'll be posting them in the next couple of weeks. Now, what happens to me every year that I've been doing the ornaments is people will wait to the last minute and then they want something special made. So this year, I'm only taking custom orders until December 1st. After that, I will not be doing any custom orders because in the past, it's really, been difficult to try to get special orders done, especially when people are ordering like for their coworkers and they have like multiple. And with the December being such a busy month as it is, and Christmas and holiday, and all of that holiday stuff going on. Plus, I do a lot of baking as well. So I want to have that time to spend with my family. And also, I'm doing several festivals between now and the end of the year. And, there's always that chance I'm going to run out of inventory. I'm really happy that I decided to start this year. One thing I have found that has been different than previous years is that the supplies are more expensive and they're taking longer for me to get them. So if you are planning on ordering, I would advise you not to wait too long because, things may not become available and I may not be able to replace, the supplies in time for Christmas. So I just want to let everybody know that. Hello, Veronica. So nice to see you here. So that's about the end of my announcements. So before I get started with what they want me to talk about, let's just take a deep breath. and let it out. Just relax. Just relax. Don't think about anything except sitting right here, right now. Take another deep breath and let it out. And one more. So as we gather here together, we ask for our spiritual tribes to come in and form a sacred circle around all of us. We ask for all of the angels and archangels, our guides, our healing angels, our higher selves, our ancestors. We ask for all of them to come in and join us now in this sacred circle. We ask for our spiritual tribe to wrap the sacred circle with the highest vibrations of love and light. We ask that nothing enter into this sacred circle unless it is of the highest vibrations of love and light. We ask that all information, all messages be received with the highest vibrations of love and light and be exactly what each person needs to hear. And so it is. Hi, Kate. So nice to see you here. So for the last, usually several days before my show, I'll start getting messages on what they want me to talk about. And I was getting nothing until this morning. So I was sitting outside this morning and, I brought in my sacred circle of all my people there. And I said, just give me some message. Let me know what you wanted me to talk about. And I was on my phone and I have this little notepad thing on my phone. And I just started typing some notes without even thinking about it. And so I got all my notes, organized today. And as I was on Facebook, meme after meme kept coming up, validating what I was going to talk about. It's like, I love when Spirit does that. It's just so amazing. You might feel like this whole world has kind of gone crazy. What is happening is that all of these issues, our personal issues, our societal issues, they're all rising up to the surface in order to be healed. Even Mother Earth is purging herself. Look at all these very intense storms and earthquakes and hurricanes and tornadoes that are taking place all over the place. This is Mother Earth's way of cleansing herself and purging those things that she no longer needs. It's a time of healing for everyone. And when we can absorb these powerful energies and integrate them into our own energy, we raise our vibration, right? And we send these healing vibes. They go like in waves out into the universe, and they're felt by others. And it's so very powerful. Sarah said that happens with me too. I love it. I know it is amazing. And then that, I just love getting that validation. It's just so cool. Now, as we send out these positive vibes, some people react to it very negatively because they're heavily triggered by it. And because they have all these unhealed issues that they haven't dealt with. And sometimes it can send them, off the deep end a little bit. Other people feel this energy and it propels them into their own inner healing. We all know what it's like to have a situation or a person trigger us. It is not fun at all. It's very uncomfortable. It's very intense. Most of those triggers we can use to identify where we need healing. It kind of shines a spotlight there on what we need to heal. Because if something is triggering us, then there's some unhealed issues there. Most of us work on healing those issues so we can move forward, in our lives. And for us, don't condemn people that are taking it negatively. Don't gossip about them. Just send them lots of love, light, and healing. Speak kindly to them. Speak kindly about them, because we don't know their soul contract, right? Their negative actions may just cause positive changes. We don't know. It may cause growth and it may cause evolution for many other people. All we can do is send out tons of love, light, and healing to all of those people who need it. And I know right now a lot of people do. We usually know where we need healing and when we need healing. Sometimes, we hang on to our pain because in some kind of a weird way, it's comfortable for us. We resonate with that. It's familiar. It's familiar. That's a really good way to put it. We figure it's always been there and we don't know what our life will look like without it. It's that unknown feeling that can sometimes keep us stuck where we are. But know this, it will look much, much better and much, much brighter than it does right now once you do that healing work. Don't let that fear of the unknown hold you back. Step beyond your comfort zone because this is where your rewards are at. Your rewards are waiting for you. You just have to go out there and get them. And stepping beyond that comfort zone can sometimes feel like you're stepping off of the edge of a cliff. You kind of feel like you're going to fall, but once you start taking that step, you don't. You fly, you soar, and you empower yourself so much because you had the courage and the guts to take that step. You may have a lot of stuff burying you emotionally. That makes it very, very difficult to have an emotional connection with anybody else. Because think about this. How can you give 100% when you're functioning at like 20 or 30? You can't. You're already depleted. Those issues that haven't been healed are going to keep coming up again and again and again in different forms until they are healed. And you are the only one that can do that. Nobody can do it for you. You can't take a magic pill and poof, all your issues are healed. It doesn't work like that. You have to dig in. You have to do the work. And healing work, it's not easy. It's painful. It is painful. And it can take time. It's not like it's going to happen overnight. But do it one layer at a time. Many times our issues that we haven't healed have multiple layers, right? And we can heal part of it and we think, oh, wow, that's gone. This is amazing. And then a little ways, a couple months later, we'll get triggered. And it was something about that situation, because it wasn't completely healed, will trigger us. And that's when we know we have more healing to do. But you can do it one layer at a time, a little here, a little there. Many of us have unhealed anxiety or grief or pain that we've hung on to for years and years and years. And it's very deep. So it's going to take time to work through all of that. That's why it's important to begin now. Because the longer we put it off, the more we cause ourselves to suffer. And that's really powerful because, yes, I did say that we cause ourselves to suffer. You've got to let that stuff go. You've got to let it go. That is not who you are. You're so covered up by all of this pain and grief that you can't function as the authentic person that you are. Maybe you kind of feel like, what's the point? I've carried this stuff for so long, why bother now? Maybe you feel like the people involved in the situations that you need to heal from are no longer in your life, so it doesn't even matter. But you're mistaken, and you couldn't be more wrong, because those buried feelings will continue to resurface in different ways in your life until you heal them. Maybe you feel that you are not worth the effort, but guess what? You are. You would not be here listening to this message if it wasn't meant for you. I truly, truly believe that. You were here to hear this message for a reason. This is the time. This is the time. This is your time. Sarah says, I have started asking myself, what am I learning from this? That is so awesome. Yes, because things aren't happening to us. These situations come into our lives for us to learn, for us to grow, and for us to better ourselves. Veronica said, if you don't get the splinter out, it will if you don't get the splinter out, it will heal, but then fester again until it's completely removed. Just the way I look at it. That is a great way to look at it. Very visual. I like that a lot. Um, and during our healing process, self-care is even more crucial. It's important for us on a daily basis, but when we're going through this process of healing all of this old stuff and getting rid of all this old stuff and trying to let it go, we need to take extra special care of ourselves, because you're going to go through a lot of stuff. Once you begin, things are going to come up that you completely forgot about. Um, they're going to bubble up to the surface in order to be healed. Pay attention to things that annoy or trigger you. This is going to shed light on where you need to focus your healing. Heather says, after 32 years, I found out this month, after fighting with doctors and even people close to me calling me a hypochondriac, I found out what the main issue could be for all my illnesses. It's been a very emotional month for me because all my pain, both mentally and physically, was legit. Now I can heal everywhere. It's been a roller coaster of a month. Well, Heather, that is some amazing news. Absolutely amazing. And see, because you know yourself, you know your body. Um, so, kudos to you for never giving up. That is so awesome. Well, hopefully now you can get all of this, taken care of and heal yourself even more. That is just wonderful. I'm really happy to hear that. And that must be such a load off of you to finally, show people that maybe didn't believe you. See, and you knew it all along, because we do know ourselves, we know our bodies, but a lot of times we choose not to listen to them. Joyce, and thank you for sharing that, Heather. Joyce said, today was a crazy day, but not a happy, crazy, and for some reason, relief. Heather, I was there with you today. Oh, that's wonderful. Sounds like, several people I've heard from today have been having like kind of a crazy day, very intense energy day. Um, and while you're going through all this healing, you need to show yourself some extra kindness. Be kind to yourselves. Show yourself some extra compassion and unconditional love. Um, because working through these issues is going to take a while. It's a lot of work, and you're going to need that extra kindness, love, and compassion. And realize too that people that come in contact with you or that you socialize with perhaps might be going through something similar. So be a little kinder, more compassionate, and more loving towards them as well, because they need it. You know what it's like going through all of this. So you know exactly, how much compassion and love that they would love to have coming their way. And you don't even have to tell them, just send them lots of healing love and light, and they will feel it. They will feel that energy. They might not recognize what it is, but they're going to feel it. Marcia said, you told me to not be afraid to say no. When I do, it is self-healing for me when saying no serves me well. Good for you, Marcia. And it's so funny because in my younger days, I was always a yes person. Anybody would ask me, can you do this? Can you do? Yeah, I would say yes before they finished telling me what it was. I would just always say yes. And then it would get me into situations where something I really didn't want to do, I really didn't have time to do or whatever. And then I would get, I'd be ticked off, and really only at myself because I should have known better. So I'm really proud of you. I know how hard it is when you start saying no, even though there are things you don't want to do, because, we're human and we don't want to feel we've disappointed someone or let someone down. But that really isn't the case, because you have to look out for yourself first. That's what's important. And saying no can be a very freeing thing. Um, Now, forgiveness is Veronica. Veronica says she has found self-care and little treats are essential during the healing process. Well, that is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I know. And, a lot of times when we're going through this stuff, we're going to be emotionally, sometimes physically drained. So we're going to need a little more care. We're going to need a little more sleep. But whatever your body tells you it needs, do that. That's very important. And forgiveness is the first step in our healing process. I know I've said that probably 100 times. Um, we choose to forgive other people for ourselves, not for them, because a lot of times people could care less. Um, the healing is for us. It is very healing for us to forgive. It frees us. Um, we don't have to tell the person, I've forgiven you. You don't have to communicate with them at all. And they don't even have to be someone who is in your life. Um, you can still go through the healing and the forgiving. And, another thing that we all I'm sure we all have a difficult time with, anybody I've ever talked to has had a difficult time with this, is learning to forgive ourselves. It's usually the most difficult when it comes to forgiveness. So don't be hard on yourself for things you may have said or things you may have done, because if you knew better at the time, you would have done better at the time, right? Because we all learn from those things that we have done, that we can see later on down the road that maybe I should have went a different way with that. So as long as you learn from that, that is what matters. So forgive yourself for not loving yourself enough, for not loving yourself unconditionally, because this is something that we're just recently learning how to do, and being shown the need for unconditional love for ourselves. Nobody ever taught me that. Um, Never. I was never taught to put myself first. You have to put yourself first. You have to love yourself first. If you can't fill that cup, how are you going to share it with someone else? So forgive yourself for not loving yourself unconditionally. And right now, start loving yourself unconditionally. Forgive yourself for negative self-talk. And right now, start talking to yourself in a positive way. Forgive yourself for all the times that you believed you were not enough. And know now that you are enough and that you deserve all the good that is waiting out there for you. All of it. Every single bit. I mean, how many times when we were younger did somebody say, when you're a child, and I know it's a way of kind of bribing kids in a way, well, I'll give you this if you do this. And then, well, you don't deserve that. No, that's not. And I think sometimes that's where that conditioning comes in, because we heard this a lot, I'm sure, as children. And, when you might want something as a child, and, parents be like, well, why do you think you deserve that? So try not to say those things, to your children or to yourself. I mean, I can think of many times when I would like reach a goal and be like, you know what, I'm going to treat myself because I deserve it. And it makes you feel good about yourself. Never feel like you are not worthy or not deserving, because you are. Veronica says, this is all very validating. Thank you. Well, that is awesome, Veronica. Thank you so much. Um, and, we can also block the good that is coming from us. We have to, if we don't feel that we deserve it or that we're not worthy, we will block it from coming to us, because it puts up kind of like this energetic brick wall. Because if you don't feel you're worthy or you deserve it, how is it going to get to you? It can't. You're blocking it from coming to you. So it's just going to come towards you and just go right around, because you have that blocked energy. So you have to remove those blocks. That is very, very crucial. Whether it's blocks to abundance, love, security, whatever it is, know that you do deserve it. And this is how we begin to live our lives authentically. We get rid of everything that doesn't serve us or our best and highest good. We get rid of all that stuff that is not who we are. We release ourselves from all of the masks that we wear to disguise our true selves. We release ourselves from the approval of others. Who cares what anybody else thinks? Um, Let go of other people's stuff. Let them carry their own crap. You don't need to. That is not a burden for you. We accept ourselves for everything that we are. And, this is so important because so many people live their lives, by the approval or opinion of others. What people think of you is none of your business. That is their own issue. And it doesn't matter what people think. All that matters is your own opinion of yourself. You know, I've been in situations before where somebody would tell a little white lie, or there'd be a situation where one person was lying and the other person wasn't. And the person that was telling the truth didn't care at all if anybody knew they were telling the truth or believed them, because they knew it. They knew it was the truth. They knew, um, you know, that it was authentic. So just get rid of that whole notion that you need someone's approval, you need someone's authority, you need someone's opinion to value yourself or to have any value in your life, because you don't. The only opinion that matters is your own opinion of yourself. So if you don't have a high opinion of yourself and you can't see the value in who you are, how is anybody else going to? Because you're going to be emitting that energy of, I kind of value myself down here. Yeah, and nobody else is going to say, oh no, let's increase that price, because it doesn't work that way. We have to know our own value. And, I know I've mentioned this before, but it just popped into my head again. I watched that movie Sing 2 with the grandkids a lot. And there's this girl in there who's a rock singer. And the guy at the club is ripping her off and not paying her the same thing that they paid the other people. And so she asked him about it. And he says, look here, sweetheart, I pay you what I think you're worth. And her response, I just love this part of the movie. Her response is, I have this rule that I don't let other people tell me what I'm worth. And then she walked out and quit. And I just love this because, if we don't see our own value, nobody else is going to. And you can't be in a situation where you let someone devalue you. And that's my favorite line in a movie in a long time. And I think it's wonderful that it's geared toward children, because kids need to hear stuff like this. They need to grow up knowing their value, believing in themselves so much more than like my generation did. Sarah says, such great advice. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. And we talked about this, and I know you've heard it on some of the other shows, that August is a very, very powerful energetic month. So set your intentions now. Be crystal clear what they are and start manifesting what you want into your life. And there's no time like the present. That's the only time we really truly have. Burping. Excuse me. Our earthly concept of time, it's just whizzing by. And I'm sure all of you have experienced this as well. The days, the weeks, the months, they seem to be moving in warp speed. Don't feel like this can wait another day. It cannot wait. Feel the urgency. You need to do this healing. They keep telling me, and I hear this all the time, now, now, now. We only have now. And once you start this healing, and you resolve these issues and you heal these issues, as you go forward in life, they're not going to keep coming up. They're not going to keep bubbling to the surface. They're going to be healed and gone. And you're going to be able to live much more authentically without all this stuff hanging over you, without all this stuff, hanging on your back. Because all of these issues, all of this pain and anxiety, even if you don't feel like it's affecting your life, I guarantee you that it is in one way or another. Um, and don't be surprised as you start doing this healing that other little things are going to come up. You're going to remember things that you had forgotten. And I think that sometimes that's the most interesting, because some little thing can just come up like an old memory, just all of a sudden pop into your head. And you're like, wow, I didn't even remember this happened. And you can see how something in that situation caused you some of these issues. But because it was buried so deep, you never had a chance to even heal it. Hello, Sam. Sarah said, I said earlier that if my watch didn't say what day it was, then I wouldn't know what day it is. Ha ha. That's hilarious, because I got up on Monday and I kept thinking, oh, my show's tonight. And I was thinking like most of the day that it was Wednesday. I don't know how I think I missed 2 days, but it's been a crazy, crazy way that time has been moving lately. It's almost like you blink your eye and, it's been several days. I do notice that I don't really watch the clock as much. And a lot of times when I do glance at it, I'm pretty surprised at what time it is. But yes, time has really been speeding up very quickly. And that's why I say, I can remember last year when it was probably September and the kids were all over the country had gone back to school. And I said to Tiffany, I said, you watch, it's going to be Christmas before you know it, because September, October, November, December always go by really fast. September goes by really fast because the kids will go back to school, and they start with their events and start with their little sales things. And then October is Halloween. And then November, there's Thanksgiving. And then all of a sudden it's Christmas. And it's like you blink your eye from September, you blink your eyes, and then it's Christmas time already. And that's one thing that I've noticed a lot, that, sometimes it seems like we don't have time to make the time to really enjoy ourselves over the holidays. We're so busy with everything. And that's one reason why with my my craft business that I'm not doing any custom orders after December 1st. I want that time to enjoy. I want to enjoy the Christmas decorations. I want to enjoy baking my cookies. I want to enjoy wrapping gifts. And, I don't want any of this last minute, I have to overnight stuff because it's not going to be there in time. So I want to be able to just enjoy it and let the time, move slower, I guess, if that's going to be possible. I don't know. But it's so enjoyable when you get the Christmas decorations up and you can just sit and look at the beautiful tree, and, and then you get that anticipation from the kids. And so I want to be able to enjoy all of that more than, I have the last couple of years, because the last couple of years December has been a crazy month. And now that some of my grandkids are getting older, some of them are doing sports, some of them are doing dance, some of them are doing this, some of them are doing that. So it's been keeping like my weekends pretty busy. And I do have several festivals between now and the end of the year. So I do want to make sure that I allow that time for myself, because, self-care is important. So how have you guys been feeling with this energy? Have you felt, a surge of energy, or maybe you're feeling like on top of the world, the energy is just bubbling you up. Maybe it's making you sleepy. Maybe it's making you hungry. Maybe it's making you thirsty. And I'll tell you, I have probably experienced every one of those. I can get up in the morning and I'll feel like, wow. I felt like I drank a pot of coffee. I'm like crazy alert and everything. A couple hours later, it's like, I need a nap. And I hadn't really done anything. So the energy kind of for me has been going in waves and affecting my body and I guess my everything in all different ways. But it kind of has been flowing like wavy, where 1 minute it'll be like I'm really tired. The next minute, oh, I'm wide awake. Oh, I'm really hungry. Oh, I have no appetite. Oh, I need some coffee. Oh, I need tons of water. So it's been really kind of crazy up and down for me. So I'm just trying to kind of go with the flow. As Melissa says, I'm floating in the easy river and just kind of letting it take me. Sarah says, I have a mix of emotions, wanting to be out in nature more than ever. I have too. And I have noticed, oh, Joy says, that's me too. Joy, and I've noticed when I go outside, like we have some lizards, they're really cute, like the little Geico gecko, little green ones like that. They're so cute. And I see them outside every morning and later on throughout the day, and they go so fast. You really got to watch or you'll miss them, but they're so cute. And I've seen them a lot more lately. The other day when I was sitting outside, all of a sudden, I see this bird fly into the tree in front of me, and I look up, and it was a hawk. Never seen a hawk around the house at all. And I looked down for a second, looked back up, and it was gone. I never heard it fly away or anything. So I thought that was a little bit crazy. Um, I have noticed a difference just in the air, in the atmosphere. Um, haven't seen a fly in quite a while, but you know how annoying they are, or a mosquito. It's like they're gone. I can only wish, right? Because they are the two most annoying flying things. Sarah said, that's awesome. Hawks bring powerful messages. That is what I read because I looked it up right after that happened. Another bird I see a lot are mourning doves. And they have always been one of my favorite wild birds. I'm not sure why. They just when they move and they're walking on the ground, they just seem so graceful and elegant. And they're kind of like a cross between a pigeon and a dove, I guess. But they're called mourning doves. And I used to see two all the time, which ever since when I would see them together, it always made me think of my mom and my dad. I'm not really sure why, but that just was what would pop into my head when I would see them. And they're just like the most awesome bird. And I saw what kind of looked like a mourning dove, but it was really white. And it flew on my neighbor's porch roof. And I was trying to get a picture of it, but I couldn't because it was too far away. But it was a pretty big one. And it just sat there for quite a while. But it looked different compared to the ones I usually see. So I have noticed things like that. And what else? I'll tell you, I have been drinking so much water. So much. Which I'm really glad because water's good for you. And, when I feel my skin still feels a little bit dry. So I feel like I need to drink more water, but I'm drinking water like constantly. And it really tastes good. And I love water. I love drinking water. Veronica says, we have a saying, I'm so hungry I could eat the butt out of a low-flying duck. Two went past the other morning, and I thought, well, I'm not that hungry. Ha ha ha. That's pretty funny. Sarah says, doves are some of my favorites too. My granny had 3 pet doves growing up. I loved getting to pet them. Wow, I didn't know people had doves for pets. That's pretty cool. Marcia says, now that you mention it, I have not seen a lot of bugs either. I know. Isn't it kind of weird? We did have, and I haven't seen any wasps. No, this has only been like maybe the last week or so, maybe 2 weeks. But I started noticing because we have had a lot of red wasps around here, like all summer long. And now I haven't seen one at all. Sometimes I would just see them flying randomly up a little higher, but you can still tell that's what it is. But I haven't even seen them. And that does strike me as a little bit unusual. So I'm not really sure what that is all about. But I think it's pretty interesting. So try to take this energy and just absorb it into your energy. Let it integrate with you. Um, it's a really powerful time right now. Sarah says, "Oh goodness, there's plenty of bugs here. They must have migrated to Indiana." Maybe they did. Who knows? It's so funny that you said that. I grew up in Michigan, and I remember in the fall we'd always see the birds. They would fly like just hundreds of them at a time because they were all flying south for the winter. I don't see that anymore because we're south now, so I'm sure they all come here. But that was one thing that I do remember as a kid. Um, we haven't had rain, so the grass isn't really growing right now. Well, we think we're getting some at the moment, but since the beginning of June, I think our heat index has been over 100 every single day, and we've had not much rain at all. The weather will say we're going to have rain every day, but we'll get some clouds and then they just go away. So the fact that I can hear thunder right now, I'm thinking it might be raining, which is a good thing. When you walk on the grass, it feels like straw. That's how dried out it is. Um, and spend some time outside. Like, it's hotter than blazes here, but even like today, I took my little granddaughter Judy out, and she just stands out there while I take the dogs, to do their thing out there in the backyard. And she just kind of stands there and she's just looking around like, I'm just so happy to be here. And then she throws a fit, of course, when I have to bring her in. But you know, walk outside, walk barefoot. If the weather is really uncomfortable, then just don't do it for very long. Do what feels right, do what feels comfortable for you. You don't want to make yourself, you know, you don't want to feel ill from the weather, whether it's too cold or too hot or whatever, but get a little bit of fresh air every day. Feel the sun beating on you because it feels really good. I know the sun can be pretty hot this time of year, but it's very good to feel that warmth and feel that energy, on your face. Um, if you have pets, take them for a walk, but be careful because, if the ground is too hot for our bare feet, it's too hot for their little paws. So you got to really be careful with that because I know that with the heat index as hot as it's been, that it can be very harmful for dogs, because their little paws are the little pads of their feet. And we would never want them to, you know, get burned or anything. But that would be like I've read on asphalt. The asphalt gets like extremely hot. Um, I walk outside barefoot all the time. On the concrete, it's not that bad here. On the grass, it's prickly, but it's doable. But I would never do it like on the asphalt or um, whatever that other stuff is called that they do. um, but getting that fresh air and just that feeling of being outside, looking at the trees, seeing the birds, hearing the birds. Um, my mom used to sit out on her back patio every morning, and she'd get up like really early before it was even daylight, and she'd like to sit and be outside as the sun was coming up. And she would just hear, we had lots of bird feeders, and she would hear those birds every morning. I mean, it sounded like there was 50 birds in our backyard in the trees. And she would sit there and talk to them, and tell them good morning and stuff like that. And it was really fun watching her do that because she really enjoyed it. Um, she was not a sun person. She would never sit in the sun, but she did, get her fresh air every day. And, so try to find some things in nature that you could do. And let's see what else. But, with August being such a powerful month and such a powerful month for manifesting, that's something I've been working on this month. And, it's, when I say this month, today's only the 10th. We still have 21 more days of this month. That's 3 whole weeks. So we've got lots of time still, and this energy is going to be going on for the rest of this month. We have the full moon coming up, and who knows what else we have coming up as far as the planets and the stars go. I mean, you can't hardly keep track of it all. There's so much going on, it seems like. And the Lionsgate portal is still open. So we're still feeling that energy as well. But this is a really, really great time for manifesting. Manifesting, it seems like it's something that's too good to be true. Like it can't be true because it sounds too easy. But it really is that easy. When you focus your crystal clear intentions on what you want to desire, what you desire that you want to bring into your life, that energy goes out of what you want. I shouldn't say the desire of want, because then you're always going to feel the want. But you have to feel as if you've already have it. That's how you should think in your thoughts. Like you already have it. It's already yours. And you're going to create that energy of it. And the universe has no choice but to send that to you. Whether it's a new relationship or job security, financial security, you put those crystal clear thoughts out there and those intentions out there and work on manifesting these things into your life. And you will be surprised once you start doing it, how easy it is to do. Now, of course, if you have blocks to these things and you feel that you don't deserve it, or you're not worthy, or you're not worth it, it's not going to come to you. So you have to work on your stuff first. Veronica says, I much prefer to be outside than inside. I sat out with my tea yesterday, even though it was cold and rainy. I know, I would much prefer to be outside too. However, I wouldn't want to be outside like 8 hours a day because, the heat would be too intense for me. I mean, as it is, right before the show, I had to take the dog potty. I come in and I was fixing my hair and I looked in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I got sweat all over me. I had to pat myself down just from being outside for 5 minutes. That's how warm it is here. Sarah says, I need to work more with manifesting. Well, just know that you can manifest anything that you want into your life. I mean, people do it all the time. So there's no reason why you can't. And, maybe start with something really small. Like try and manifest, well, I don't know, $5 or something, or even $1. And you know what? You may be at the grocery store, coming out of the store, getting in your car, there might be $1 bill sitting there on the ground. But it will come to you. You can do it, and you can manifest anything that you want. But you have to believe that as well. You can't just say, well, okay, yeah, I want $1 million. Okay. You have to put out that energy, the right intention, and you have to believe that it is already yours. You have to believe that you're worthy and that it's going to come to you. So I would say start working on some of this stuff now if you haven't already. I mean, you can make a game out of it with yourself. Manifesting can be fun. Think of little things that you might want to manifest. And another thing I've noticed with this energy is it's heightened by intuition, because I've had several situations in the last week, something very unusual would come up and I knew right away. And then I kind of like waited till it happened, and I knew it was going to. So when you get these, thoughts or these ideas just pop into your head, or it might be words, or it might be sounds, or it might just be, a knowingness. Pay attention to those, because this energy is piquing our intuition. It's heightening it. It is increasing it. So pay attention to that. We have all the answers inside of us, whether we realize it or not, and whether we acknowledge it or not. We do. we already know. And just like this morning when, they were guiding me to what they wanted me to talk about, I had that little inkling in the back of my head. Are you sure? And then I got all this validation from the memes that I saw. However, I know that I already did know that, and I could have validated it for myself. But sometimes we can, we feel like we need validation from out there, but really we don't. We can validate it for ourselves. We just have to trust it 100,000%. Sam says, is manifesting related to third eye, projecting what you desire at third eye? I'm not so sure it is. I know as your third eye opens, you see more, you know more. For me, manifesting is with my intention and the energy that I'm putting out. I hope that helps you, Sam. So we are almost out of time. That is crazy. So again, I hope you guys can join us Saturday for the Spiritual Message Circle. It is always so much fun. And check out Bree Welch this week on YouTube so you can kind of know a little bit about her story. And I think she's going to be really interesting and very inspiring. And I would like to say, too, Heather Hunter is the one who recommended Bree. She knows Bree and was telling me about her story and thought she would be great for the Words of Wisdom. And she contacted me after a show a couple of months ago and, got me in touch with Bree, and Bree agreed to come on the show. So I did confirm with her today that she will be here next week. So I think it's going to be a very inspiring hour, and I'm really looking forward to it. Bree's going to be new for all of us. So, well, unless some of you know her, I don't know. You guys might be familiar with her and her story. But I think it's going to be amazing, and I'm really excited about it. Sarah said, manifesting could also be with the heart chakra, creating your heart's desire. That's a good point, Sarah. Very true. Very true. And then later this month, not confirmed yet, or I should say not reconfirmed, because I set up my summer special guests, a little bit ahead of time. So I will reconfirm, but later this month on the 31st, Robin McGuire from Robin's Cosmic Soul Food is scheduled to be here. And once I do reconfirm that with her, I will let you guys know for sure. And then in September, tentatively, we have Sarah Ingraffia coming back on the show. So, it's hard to believe that, this is the last month of summer already. I remember when I was thinking about, I'm going to have some special guests this summer. It just seems like I was just thinking about that, and now I'm almost to my last guest. So it's really crazy how fast this has gone by. I do want to thank everybody for being here. You guys might not realize this, but I love you all, and I love you all so much. And, sometimes people will say, how can you love someone you don't even know? I love everyone. I honestly and truly do. I feel love in my heart for every single person on this earth. I can't explain that, but I really do. But I love you guys, and I really appreciate you guys spending this hour with me. I hope you'll come back next week and welcome my special guest and make her feel at home and comfortable, like you guys always do. But you guys have a really good week. Start working on that manifesting and let me know how it goes. I will see you all next week. I love you. Good night.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments. Then head over to the Goldylocks Productions YouTube channel. With the huge selection of shows, the fun doesn't have to end.